Hello, hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome. What the hell did I just do with my? Oh, there it is. Welcome to my live video feed, in which, of course, I talk about various topics of common sense and logic, which most people don't have. And if they don't have the logic, then they're living in ignorance and in fear. So it's not their fault. Okay. So anyone who joins me, we shall have a discussion about multiple topics. Today's topic today will be, because I didn't do my cringy ass intro, okay? So my cringy ass video is like, intro is like this. Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page about common sense. I try to keep it down and then again, and 10 minutes, it goes to 10 minutes, some very fucking important. And because everything I say is important. And not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe God, people who like smoke, people like ayahuasca. Hello to you, Joshua Thomas. Hello to you, my Morolini. Okay, I can't pronounce that, but I'm gonna call you L. Okay, Morolini. Okay, but of course, I have two topics today to talk about. I'm your friendly neighborhood Sexologist. And if you can't understand me, or if you're sensitive, or you're sticking them up, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Anyone who's basically just afraid to listen, or they have a low attention span. I am not here to cater to the masses of asses. I am not here to cater to the masses of asses. All right, now here. Okay, wink, okay. So that got people off, so people won't report me and shit. I'm just rambling on right now. But today's topics will be about two things. Are you an empath? And do you know anything about chaos magic? Those two topics is what we're going to talk about today. If you have any comments, questions, or insults, or requests, you put it down below. I will repeat myself as necessary. Speak or forever hold your peace. If you don't know me, don't judge me. You can get a spell on you just like that. Just in a second. Just a brief moment of your fucking immense unfortunate life that you have been born in this fucking planet, this present planet. You do not know me, so you automatically curse yourself by fucking with me, okay? Just by jumping on my face, and you don't even know who the fuck I am. As cringy as I fucking sound, but I don't want people to listen to me. That's my psychology. That's a method to my motherfucking madness. But of course, let's get on with the topic of today. An empath to me, as an indigo empath, is someone who is born naturally with the gifts. Now, there's two versions of people out there who believe themselves as empaths, but they become empaths through evolution. They've learned it at a certain particular type of age, correct? Okay. Now, this type of age could be 20. This type of age could be 30. This type of age could be 40. Because of the fact that they went through many tribulations and trials and errors in their life to become such and such as empath. I am a schizologist. And as I say all of the time, what a schizologist is, some people tend to forget. A schizologist is a word I made up. Yes, there's no such thing as the word. Hallelujah. Yes. If white people can make up their own words and niggeroids can make up their own words, so can motherfucking I. It's a nicely put together word too. Okay. A schizologist is someone who has schizoaffective, who uses the knowledge of all esoteric knowledge and brings it together through a psychological, a therapeutic session for the masses of asses to comprehend in the most simplistic basics of forms. Okay. I am also a natural born philosopher. Okay. Which some people assume that you have to be institutionalized in order to be a hacker or any fucking type of thing these days. But of course, that's how closed-minded people are. This is why I say people not to listen to me, because you're not going to make any sense compared to my logic and common sense. And I'm on the alpha wavelength. I do not cater to the masses of asses. Just like Donald Trump. You know, people don't like Donald Trump simply because some few things he said, but they don't know him personally. He's talking the truth when it comes to the media, okay? And he wants to protect America's rights and protect the barriers. Who gives a fuck about the racist attribute of all that other shit? Who cares about the fuck about his story? Fuck all that shit. Start focusing on your goddamn self. But let's not get off the subject here. So if anybody wants to say something, let me see. Joshua Thomas is the beta male is the Mangania. Okay, man. I don't know what Mangania is, Joshua Thomas. If you write a comment down, I may not receive it until like 10 to fucking 40 seconds later. And sometimes I just ain't paying attention to it, okay? But other than that, I am not a beta male. I am much more higher than you, okay? So you are a beta male if you're calling me that. If you're calling me a beta male, you are actually a beta male because you don't know nothing about me. You didn't even ask any questions. You automatically put your heart on your sleeve because the way I look and the way I sound. Now, you didn't even hear anything I had to say. So you are most likely going to be a mangina. Maybe you meant mangina, okay? Because you don't know me, okay? You can't troll me because I see your face. You're going to lose that battle. I've lost countless battles on the fucking Facebook and they banned me because I keep winning and shit. And that's fucked up, Facebook. But let's talk about empath. Now, when you're born, you learn to be an empath at a very young age. It's a very tormentive life. Trust me, if you're empath. Okay? Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. If you are actually an empath. Okay, now if you're actually an empath with a combination of schizophrenia, that's even more tormentive because life to me is very tormentive. I've lived in a box. I'm your Jesus that you should worship. I do not have sins in my past. When I was 7 years old, everybody have probably received some sort of abuse in their life, right? But of course, I started off with abuse at a very young age. And I realized, okay, there has to be some sort of escape. Okay, so I started praying in his Jesus and his motherfucking gods that everybody keeps doing. And then I realized I had premonitions and dreams, okay, of basically being that God himself, okay. I am Jesus. I was told this in a dream, in a vision. But don't take my word for it. I say this to you all of the time. Y'all guys are not indigos. Y'all guys are not empaths. Maybe later on in your life, a lot of hard schools and hard knocks knocked you up in your head a couple times. But a true empath starts at a very young age before the age of 10. Doesn't start past that. That's my sense of logic, and that's just how I want to put it like that, okay? As I started hearing the voices before I chopped up my stepdad's head, I said because he caused me a lot of abuse, okay? He caused me a lot of suffering. And before I raised that machete down on his jugular as he was snoring in the middle of the night next to my mama, a voice spoke to me and said, don't chop his head. Because if you chop his head, you'll be in the darkest space. So, since that's a true story, ever since I heard that voice, I've been having premonitions and dreams. And I never thought these dreams would come to light, but it says, patience, my child. Patience, my child. As cringy as I sound. Thank you very much. Of course, I've seen all these things that is said to me basically come to light. For all those who have harmed my little children, they shall suffer the greatest wrath. And I saw these things. Okay? And I also want to talk about something, too. I want to talk about something when I just had a dispute about my brother yesterday night. My fucking voices was fucking me. I couldn't go to sleep, and I didn't want to take no medication at that time, okay? My voices do not make me possessed either, okay? But, of course, I do hear magical things that tell me I should kill masses of people sometimes, but I can't do those things. Those things are all long and gone, okay? I can't be possessed, but I have been possessed at least twice in my life. So I have to be careful who I hang around, okay? But what an empath is, okay, I'm not going to get off the subject. I'm keeping a mental note here. I'm keeping a mental note, you guys. An empath is someone who is actually born near close before the age of 10. They can feel people's energies around them. Their negative energies, their negative karmas, okay? You know, and to me, I have to break down sometimes when I'm around a lot of white folks who I feel in misery. They're like, I used to work at McDonald's. I'll give you an example of how an empath feels, okay? You're cleaning up. You're just minding your own fucking business. And all of a sudden, this fucking force of energy hits you like a pack of fucking hamburgers on the back of your head. It's an emotion to where it feels like a form of mixture of anger, jealousy, and rage. How you been, Kenichi Freeman? What's going on? Thank you for showing up for my Facebook. How you been? If you got any comments, questions, insults, or roast you put it down below. I am talking about what an empath is. I'm talking about a little bit of chaos magic and how to use it a little bit. And I'm also going to talk about the two-sided coin of fear, okay? Because I had a dispute with my brother, okay, yesterday. And I was like, yo, I couldn't go to sleep. And I was like, yo, man, please. Like, oh, my goodness, man. So, an empath is usually born before the age of 10 years old, learning everything. When you're around people, you tend to feel this energy. Like, you can feel other people's emotions, even though if you don't know them or not. You just feel that euphoric experience. And that will cause you to be antisocial, okay? When you become antisocial, it's because you are afraid that you don't want to go through those emotions when you're hanging around strange people, which you can actually see in their faces, that you might not even see it in their faces, but you can feel the energy if you're an empath, okay? So if anybody else is watching, how you been, John Adams? What's going on? I'm talking about what is an empath? What is chaos magic and how to use it? And I'm also going to talk about the two-sided coin of fear. But of course, I always thought that I don't have any fear, okay? I say that all of the time to exaggerate my motherfucking points. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below, goddammit. We talk about multiple subjects here, not just women. Y'all red pillers need to snap the fuck out. Not snap out like incels. I know most of you are inbred incels, okay? You're just complaining about women all the time. Complaining about women. We don't talk about women all the time on my pages, on my shows. I do stream yards too. I do stream. Now guys, okay, John Adam, anything you want to say? So, an empath is someone who's born. An indigo child is someone also like myself who's part of the empath frequency. Okay, which keeps them away from to be social. Okay, so you're antisocial when you're empath. That's the first thing. That started since I was 7 years old. Let's get that out of the way. Now, everybody else who may consider themselves empaths, they may have attuned this knowledge or evolved into this knowledge later fucking on, right? Later on in their life, they learn this. Later on, they'll say they're an indigo child. They're not truly indigo. They're not truly empath because they learned through another level frequency. They evolved. They may even try to commit suicide. So I talk to a lot of guys who basically consider themselves indigos or they're depressed, and I tell them, hey, I know how it feels, but you wasting your time. You have to go in more isolation, and that's where it leads to fucking chaos magic. You have to understand how this world works. You have to understand how it works. You have to understand chaos magic. You gotta know how to flip it on its fucking head. You have to defeat it by accepting it, by accepting who the fuck you are. Yes, I fucking swear, I'm explicit as hell. Get the fuck out of here. Because y'all motherfuckers are softies. Most of you motherfuckers are simps and softies. That MGTOW and that foundation and that shit. Now, I talked to a guy named Ilis Guinness. Okay, I can't remember his name. But he's talking about being a black pill monk. If you want to float your boat to be a black pill monk, that's up to you. But that'll just cause you more misery, okay? That's not what life is about. Life is about taking risk and challenges because we're in this prison fucking planet, right? So take challenges and risk. Use the chaos frequency so you can free yourself. But you don't have to fall into the trappings of the Beelzebub. You don't have to fall in the trappings of the Sexologist or the Lilith. But we're talking about the empath right now. So let's stay on point here now. Let me see. Kanichi Freeman Young says, ha. Yes. The egg yolk is on your own face. Fear would make you wear a mask. That's exactly right. Did you know what type of fear I'm talking about here? I had an argument with my brother here, John Adam here. Let me tell you about an interesting subject. Now, the voices was fucking me like, your brother is right. I said, how the fuck is my idiotic religious brother right? When he says that you not believing in my Jesus is a form of fear. And I said, how does that make any fucking sense? Are you telling me that Santa Claus, all fictitious characters to me, which I never saw before, is fictitious to me. I never saw you. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know if you're real. You're a fictitious character to me if you're on the internet or on the media or you're in the book. So I don't know you. So if you don't believe in the Thundercats, right? I believe they were actually motherfucking real life creatures and shit, right? You automatically know there's two different types of fear. There has to be two different types of fear because my voices was fucking with me all night. He said, yeah, it's called instinctual fear. Instinctual human basic functionality of fear to protect. Like if you're on a cliff and you know for a fact that you can't fly, right, motherfucker? You know you can't fly. How do you know you can't fly? See, that question has to pop up. How do you know you can't fly? Because if a lot of other people believe they can't fly, they are going to die. They are going to crack their fucking skull on that motherfucking concrete down below, right? So fear can go both ways. It could be you believing in it or you could not believe in it. So things are going to have to change now. It's called instinctual fear, okay? Animalistic fear. The human nature to basically believe to protect your own body, your own soul. If you have to protect yourself, you're living in a form of fear, my friend. And no matter how you twist it, yes, you are. Because basically, if you go out in Compton, you know you ain't gonna go to Compton because you fear for your life. You may get shot. Even though you may think that you don't fear them motherfuckers who have the guns, you can still die like a motherfucker. You ain't gonna go in the hood. You ain't gonna go into the woods without some sort of fear. Okay? You have to break free from the fear. But you have to understand the body is the thing that causes the fear. Not the spiritual side of the soul, if it exists. If you die, okay, and you don't have no containments over you, then you should have no fear at all. But of course, you can go wherever you want to go. If you want to learn something, that is still a form of fear right there. I want to come to this world. I want to go over there because I fear I don't want to be alone. I fear of being bored, okay? And so that form of fear, okay, is basically instinctual, okay? It's like you have to do these things in the natural form of life. So we talked about fear, and my brother was correct about it. You don't believe in my Jesus because you fear my Jesus. I don't fear that Jesus, but I fear the fact that it may not even be a real story at all. That's all it is, through a probability and possibility. So basically, long story short, you fear for your own self safety and your motherfucking logic. Correct? There you go. There you have it. And you're not going to walk down a mountain or down a hill because you know you want to make sure that since you know, you believe that you can't fly, you are not going to jump off that cliff. How you been, Abdullah Al? How you been? What's going on? Fear will make you wear a mask. Correct. That's correctamundo. Okay. Correctamundo. Abdullah Alman. And of course, I tell you guys, I tell you valuable information, and I try to sound cringy as fuck, and that's who the fuck I am. Okay, because I want people who are the elite to see and hear. Once you know who the hell I am, and yeah, I'm your friendly neighborhood therapist. I talk to hundreds of fucking people. I'm trying to educate guys from Bangladesh, and India, and all sorts of countries, Nigeria, and I'm like Jesus, English, and they want to learn American. You don't want to learn American. You want to learn English. They are interested in what's going on in America right now. And I said, hey, it's just temporary vortices here. We just going to have a temporary flux. It's just temporary. It's just going to time. It's going to go right by. The coronavirus, nobody cares about that shit no more. Everybody cares about Black Lives Matter now, okay? All right, because black people haven't had their reparations given right back to them. They have been robbed of their history and time. So we should just know that and keep it in a nutshell. Keep it simple. Keep it sweet. That's alpha. Keep it simple. Keep it sweet. Put all the cards on the table. Okay, we thinking about all possibilities and probabilities. But understand this. How you been, Abdullah Maman? How you been? Anybody else want to say before I continue to talk about the chaos magic? Because I'm getting hungry and it's about to get 2 o'clock. I got to pick up my fucking medication. Okay? Anybody want to say anything? So if anything I'm saying wrong, forever hold your peace. So if I have an argument with you or a debate with you, my voice is going to kick in and say, hey, what the fuck, man? You know that person. Wait, man, something's going wrong if your intuition is kicking up and saying, yo, he's fucking with you all night. What does he mean by that? You got to ask questions. Most people don't ask questions. And I told you before what an empath is. An empath, stop. Who is this again? An empath can either go 2 ways. You either born as an empath or you learned it later on. And if you learned it later on, you're not authentic. Okay, you're not. Okay, you still got lots to learn. You got lots to learn. Empaths are usually introverts. They don't usually socialize. They usually do what I am doing. I'm usually on the camera and shit like that. There's this female I saw on the internet, right? And she felt that she was an empath because she feels all this energy from other individuals. But she hasn't mastered the ability to use chaos. So let's talk about chaos now, brothers and sisters here. Chaos is the pinnacle point of insanity. I'm going to repeat that again. There's many ways of saying it, so it's just not my only fucking way. Sometimes tomorrow I may change it and say something else. There's a lot of philosophies and different directions of looking at things. Understand what I mean by it. Chaos magic is the pinnacle of insanity. That means you take the negative parts of life, understand that you have a pure heart in your life, and you basically accept at least 5% of that chaos. And you try to flip it around. You try to flip it around to something positive energy. So you know how many ignorant people are around in society and shit. So you let them say shit to you. And of course, when people ignore you, you gain more power. You only gain the chaos magic through the negativity that the people, which is you, most of you, the masses of asses, give out. That's why I say most of you are food, because you are followers. When you follow other people, you cannot have any chaos magic. You cannot. It's not possible. If you're part of the elite and you're causing chaos, then of course you are a part of the elite who like to cause chaos in order just like Stanley said this best. They were beings called the Watchers, and they feed off of misery and suffering and sorrow. There's different types of species that feed off of different types of fucking chaos. Either you're using chaos for a positive attribute or you're using it for a negative attribute. Most people are just blind. They're not even blind. They're blind to chaos. When they hear chaos, they automatically assume it's fucking evil. Chaos is the fundamental of balance in nature, and which, of course, anything goes. It's unpredictable. That's why we came here in the first place. Remember, motherfuckers? You wake the fuck up. Why we are in these bodies and we can't leave at our own will? We can't, because that would take the fun out of every fucking thing. That's the fucking reason why. When you die, you may go through a tunnel of light. And if you go through the tunnel of light, you are following like a moth to a motherfucking flame. Correct? Correct the mundo. Because if everybody is fucking an idiot, because everybody do fuck idiots all of the time. Women are the biggest idiots in the world. But I'm not talking about women here. And who you lay with is what you will sow. Okay? And so if you trying to fuck with a hoe. Oh, that rhymed. Oh, shit. That rhymed, motherfuckers. I told you I could be a fucking rapper, man. If I write my shit down, oh my goodness, man. I blow out Eminem's asshole. But I'm not a motherfucking gay motherfucker, though. His shit would be blood destroyed and shit. He's not a schizo. He does what the fuck the media says he wants him to do. I don't do shit what the media wants to do. My shit cannot be televised, motherfucker. But I'm not getting off the subject here. Chaos is the pinnacle of insanity. So you have to go through a form of isolation. So prison cells can actually be a detrimental attribute of motherfucking learning how you can get this motherfucking chaos magic in the first place. If you notice it or not, through that chaos, you will hear this inner voice. You may become schizo because of it. And when you do hear it, that is when your intuition starts kicking in. That's when your intuition starts kicking in. But you got to start looking for people who want to cause you trouble. That is a negative attribute. But it can be a positive attribute. That's what I do all the motherfucking time, brothers and sisters. You understand now? That's a method to my motherfucking madness. And it motherfucking works, right? It motherfucking works. But I'm not trying to be articulate here. I'm not trying to swoo the masses of asses into understand what chaos magic is, or try to be logical enough, like a lot of fools and imbeciles who are very, very ambitious and who gets 100 million subscribers and 1,000 subscribers or 50 million subscribers. I don't give a fuck about those, because those individuals are not about chaos magic. See? The more attention someone gets, the more they are not about the chaos magic, because they don't understand themselves. They're looking for externalism. They're looking for attention. They have to put more work into things in order to make sure they get these attention things, so they get kudos. Like I said before, I have donation boxes up on my pages and shit. And I tell people all the time, I don't want your goddamn fucking money. Do not donate to me no motherfucking pity money, because I'll send that shit right back. And when I do that, they ask me a question. Why do you do that? Because I don't know you. That's the first thing. Number two, you watched them? I don't know. We don't know each other. Why would I receive fucking donations from individuals, idiots? Most of you are idiots. And the thing is that I know why you give it to me. Because you feel bad for me? You don't know who the fuck I am. I said, bro, can I call you? I said, you can't call me, dog. You got to pay. You know, I get people from different countries who want to try to call me when I'm doing video chat. This is fucking weird. This is fucking weird, man. Like I said before, suffering leads to a greater life. And Mahatma Gandhi understands this. And of course, lots of people don't acknowledge Mahatma Gandhi, because Mahatma Gandhi they say he was a racist, but he wasn't a racist. He just felt that black people was laziest. He called them kafirs and shit. But I look up to the man because I agree with the fucking man. Most black people are too emotional. They put their hearts on their sleeves. They don't gotta use psychology. Psyops, psychology. They don't know how to use it. But then they want to fight and find out that the reason why they were slaves was because they didn't want to be a sacrificial piece. They want to live. They'd rather serve the fucking white masters and shit. I say, hey, if you want to just basically be beaten all the time, be beaten all the time. Because if you get beaten all the time, guess what happened? That's what happened to me, motherfuckers. You get beat for some things you didn't even know why you get beat for. And if you get beat for things that you didn't know, you start to really try to comprehend that pain and that suffering so you can understand that you have to kill yourself. You don't want to kill yourself. You want to try to live through that pain. If you can live through the motherfucking pain, you get more power. Because you know for a fact that those individuals who enslave you are going to get something called karma dharma. And that is exactly what's going to happen to those who suffer the children. Those people who do not have a chance in life. Understand how this earth works. If you spit on the earth tends to awaken itself. And then we have the COVID-19. We have people who are parasites upon the planet that needs to be extinguished. Their light must be put out and they must be reborn into the world of chaos. We're living in the world of chaos, y'all peoples. Y'all don't understand that? Every person who believes in religion is food. Food for thought. Understand this. When you try to use logic with them, they don't hear any logic. All they hear is that I want to be saved. I want to have hope. They don't understand the origins of religion. They don't care about the origins of religion. They don't understand. They don't care about the older context of motherfucking older religions. They don't want to hear that shit either. I try to argue with my brother all the time about it. I say, you know, there's older religions, there's Christianity, and also the Quran. So what are you going to do about that? People who are of the Muslim faith. What are you going to do about that if you're a Christian? What are you going to do about that shit? You've been indoctrinated. You've been living in a cult-like mind. Though, don't get me wrong now. A lot of the fucking philosophies that's inside of these religions is a great evil for a greater good through its philosophical type of sense. Parables, which can be brought down from generations to generations and then get misconstrued. It is okay to say that you have a right to do what you please in your own area of dominance of land. But we're living in an animalistic world. We all are motherfucking animals. Niggas are animals. White people are animals. Crackers are animals. Motherfuckers. We all are a type of species of animals. And then you forget about the other type of animals. How the fuck you gonna forget about the other species that's on this planet that's even not human? That incubate over 2 years. It takes their fucking bodies to develop for over 2 years. Human beings are the most popular in the world because of the fact that we incubate for fucking 9 months. You haven't thought about that shit? But you forgetting where your place is at. It's okay. You know, you forgot who you was. It's okay. You forget who you was. But when you run across a person like me, you think I'm talking nonsense. Chaos is the solution. You take that negative energy and you regurgitate it back just like I do. You don't want to be liked and loved by most people. You don't want to because that was happened to Jesus. Jesus tried to do that. Joan of the Arc did this shit. Abraham Lincoln did this shit. Martin Luther King did this shit. Muhammad Gandhi did this shit. A lot of fucking prophets. Confucius did this shit. Even Socrates. He committed suicide. He took him simply because he said, I can no longer stay here with a bunch of fucking idiots. And even though he had some minions wanting him to escape because of his philosophy, I said, no. I said, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not running nowhere. Socrates was like, yo, I'm tired of this shit, man. Jesus said the same fucking thing, motherfucker. Now, you get tired after a while, but I'm not killing myself for y'all little petty motherfucking monkeys. Because my ass, I want to try to die a natural life through my own herbiditional, remedies and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to use my own, you may call it pseudo if you want, but I try my best to experiment with my own anecdotal type of experimentation. I ain't going to try to take too much of anything. I'll try to take a little bit of Colorado silver and fucking Colorado gold if I have to, okay? I don't give a fuck. If I die alone just like fucking Nikola Tesla, and Nikola Tesla was one of those martyrs who believed in himself. Esoteric knowledge to give free energy to the whole world. Guess what happened to him? He died in his hotel in New York City. But of course, nobody wants to listen to an idiot, right? But who says they were an idiot? You're the idiot. There you go. So when the elite do stand up and you use the chaos magic and you focus on all that energy on your fucking self, guess what happens? You get the blessing in your next life because you know better. You know that religion is following. You know that you lots of people around you gonna be idiots. So when you're an empath and you're indigo, or with the combination of Asperger's, oh my fucking God, you're a lethal individual. I've met countless people like this. But of course, nobody won't listen to you. But it's okay. You don't need people to listen to you. Because those people who do get enough attention are those individuals who are not using the magic properly. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to understand that I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I've been on the motherfucking YouTube and also on Facebook for fucking years and eons of fucking time. Okay? And of course, some females be looking at my lips. You got some juicy ass lips. But I don't want you to fucking use that as pussy. I don't want you to use that as pussy. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, man, where's my money at, bitch? I got no time for that shit. My personality is too high for you. See, my Ethiopian wife, she don't understand that what she has given me is a way out, okay? Because whatever suffering I'm going through is what everybody is going to go through. And that's why the COVID exists to this day. That's why the riots exist to this day. And that's why the second wave of COVID-19 part 2 is coming out. Full-fledged. And I can't wait. And I told my wife, I said, do you really think that I told you I have a Holy Spirit and you're going to laugh at me and shit and you're going to try to take advantage of me through the system with no evidence, no DNA, no nothing? I'm like, yo, you think that's gonna fly? I see this. I have magical abilities. You know what? You know what I say now? I used to say I was 40% happy. Now I'm motherfucking 60% because I know I have a magical ability now here. And then I realized, I said, I get tired. I said, wait a minute. I used to be like 40% happy in this life. And then I said, I gotta see more evidence of some shit in order for me to be 50 and then 60. It bumped up right up to 60%. I'm 60% happy with this life because of this chaos magic. 60 fucking percent, y'all guys. What happened to the 40%? I believe that if I want to be 100% fucking happy in this life, I gotta at least have 2 wives. And I want to see that shit happen. You know, my internal fucking voices be telling me, it's like, motherfucker, that's a hard thing to achieve unless you escape the United States of America. And I live in the motherfucking United States of fucking America. Did you know that I live in America? Do it look like I sound like I live in another country? Do I speak fluent English? Of course I do. But of course, a lot of people don't know that. Because lots of people are ignorant. Ignorance is fucking bliss. And misery loves company. Okay? I talk too fast. I think most people, I lost a lot of people here. I don't see nobody watching me now. Great idea, motherfuckers. You can watch it later. But of course, I know Zuckerberg probably watches my shit. Because I'm just so unique. I don't get a lot of views. And you know, sometimes when people don't get a lot of views, they tell the most truth. Y'all don't even know about that secret? You know, I watch all of this. Every time I see somebody who didn't get a lot of views, I always point. I say, okay, this person really don't deserve a lot of views, okay? Because this person's a retard, okay? But if someone's talking long enough, and I can attune to their energy, I usually listen. I don't look at their faces through biased perspectives, okay? But I listen to what they gotta fucking say here. What is their experience? Are they talking about themselves? Are they using this as a therapeutic pad so they can release their intentions? Okay, me, I use this as a therapeutic purpose. But I also have different sides. I have many faces. So if you look at my album, you see the many faces of Mario. You know, I got multiple faces. I have multiple. I'm a multi-complex individual. I'm not going to be a simple person, okay? I'm like this with women. I'm like this with the public. I'm like this with individual people I'm talking to in my inbox because I gotta be professional, okay? And I'm like this with women who want some of my services, as I used to be a gigolo in my past, okay? I'm all sorts of crazy schizo shit all over the fucking place. I'm multifaceted, a renaissance man. Most people are not those things. So you cannot be an indigo child. But it's okay. This is my perspective. If you want to say subjective, kiss my ass. It's okay. You can kiss my ass too when you go in. I'm not your master. I'm not your master Peter Pan. I am the man because I'm not your Peter Pan. I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Look at this shit, man. Who else is watching me here? I say, y'all got anything to say, y'all guys? Okay, guys, y'all some bored. Yeah, most of y'all are boring. Okay, let me see. L, are you still watching? Okay, McKeely Freeman. Yeah, I told you before, they got low attention spans. Abdullah Al, are you there? As I told you before, if you write a comment on here, I might not receive the comment till like 10 seconds to 40 seconds later. That's the internet. And I do have a better internet service now. So it's not going to cut in and out. Okay? So I love you all. We talked about multiple things. We talked about, are you an empath? We talked about fear, the two sides of fear. And I was just battling with that for so long. I said, is there another side to fear? Okay, because if I'm on a cliff and I don't want to jump, I have the fear of losing my life. See, there you go, right there. I have the fear of breaking a bone. It's called fear of breaking. See, that's the animalistic nature. Now you know, that's the illogical side. That's the side that you haven't experienced because you never encountered that before. But I have enough logic in my head to know that religion is folly because I haven't seen those things. But you're going to have a fear of believing in those things because it goes against the grain of logic. Okay, that's all. But there are people who live in blind faith, okay? And then they don't have a sense of logic. So you got to let them be, leave them alone. Let them grow up in their own time, okay? Because I don't have blind faith. But of course, if you have enough blind faith, you might be able to fly if you jump off that motherfucking cliff, motherfucker, right? How long has I been talking on here? Let me see. I've been talking for like let me take an educated guess. 25 minutes, right? No, 36 fucking minutes. Oh shit, I was wrong. But I usually stay on for 30 minutes anyway. So sometime an hour. Depends on who's talking and shit. But y'all ain't saying nothing today. So that's why I'm getting off today. So chaos magic is the beginning of it. It starts through isolation. So if you can't isolate yourself somehow for days and days on end, you're not going to be able to understand chaos magic. You won't be able to go insane. You won't, because you can't grasp it. Okay, you can't. Chaos magic cannot be grasped. Now, some people might come up with another term and call chaos magic something else. But understand this, you're feeding off the negative energy from people. And you're turning it into something positive for within oneself. That's yourself, because you're a god, right? You all are gods. This phone is actually a god too. We're talking about scientifically here. We're not talking about that supernatural being of pure love here. We already know that the planet is created by a God that has both evil and good within his heart. We know this. We know this. But of course, when we're living in ignorance and you're lazy and that's a form of fear as well, because you don't want to do the research. But of course, I digress here. But of course, I always digress because that's what I do in my spare time. But I love you all, but I hate the many of you. And thank you for joining my motherfucking show. And let me put a message out there for all those individuals who want me to join their fucking radio show. Please, 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 please. I don't do shit for free. I don't know who you fucking are. I don't know who you are. I'm not just going to pop up every day and you're going to tell me lies about this and this and that. Give me sweet dreams of a white picket fence. Hey, I don't do shit for free. I don't do shit. I charge for the game, dog. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur, baby. I'm just who I am as a schizo, okay? Lots of people are not like that, okay? All right? I'm not going to just sit there and be, I'm okay where I'm at, okay, in isolation over here. I got my own nice little pad here. I would never, ever bring, and that's another thing, too. I tell you guys all the time, do not bring women over your houses. Please stop doing that. You want to become a black pill, be a black pill. Whatever you want to, whatever floats your fucking boat until you break to the point. And I was just talking to this guy, and he was telling me how, but guys don't want to do that. I say, of course not, because they're not a prodigy like myself. They're lazy. They don't want to go overseas. They don't want to do that. I said, fine. If you want to deal with a used vagina, a used cunt, that's fine. I don't deal with it no more. When a female tells me she's not a virgin, I treat her as a second class or third class. I'd be like, okay, you're going to do a lot of shit. And you're going to have to deal with a lot of suffering because you ain't no virgin no more. I don't want to catch that I call it DNA contamination. Okay, I'm not going to use those complex words, terminologies. DNA contamination. Your ass is just contaminated, full of other men's DNA. I don't have no time to be sticking this shit in there. I don't give a fuck if it's a condom or not. And I tell guys all of the time, man, it's better to do some more hard work. It may be hard, but trust me, you'll have a huge releasement. Your green balls will turn into blue and it'll go back to normal once your ass is going to another country, motherfuckers. And there's a lot more virgins over there. Even some of the virgins I've experienced, I just wanted to oil their body down and smell the pussy. And I don't want to fuck them because they told me they wasn't a virgin. I said, are you a virgin? You know, you can tell. You can look at the hymen and shit. You can tell. And on top of that, they smell even better. So you don't believe me? Try it yourself. Okay, try it your goddamn self, you guys. Put some work into it. Get a translator. Do some research in another country. Because as soon as you enter another country and their national language is not motherfucking English, you're going to have a problem. Okay? You're going to have a motherfucking problem. You may not be able to return. There's people who travel to other countries now and never return because of their ignorance. Don't be ignorant, motherfucker. Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant and go somewhere you don't know, man. Please don't do that. You're living in your physical flesh. We're living in a physical body. And that's my dry lips. So many women talk about my lips. I say, hey, you know, my lips is just for talking, not for sucking. Unless you have virgin pussy. Okay, you got, you know. Did I suck my wife's virgin pussy? I said, hell yeah. She don't have huge labia lips like a lot of females do. Now, there's some females be talking to me in some bullshit. It's like, all females, no, you a lying bitch. Females don't start off with large libias. Now, the thing, you know what I just did? I did discover that there's some females with 2 vaginas, though. But I digress here. Anything you want to talk about before 3, 2, 1? Okay, I guess nobody want to have something to talk about out here. Yeah, a peace of love to you, brothers, sisters of light and dark. What's up my page? And of course, I don't know when I do my videos. I started watching some shit and I need to make a video. I posted a picture up there about an empath, and that was like 1,000% fucking accurate. It was fucking 1,000% fucking accurate, man. Okay. But of course, I'll repost it again if I need to. But other than that, I love you all, but I hate many of you. I despise many of you. Hate is such a strong word, but it's really not hate. It's just called ignorance, okay? And that's why I say, you know, if I can draw more negativity to me, then that's a great thing. But nobody hasn't been saying anything to me. Because the COVID, probably they're too distracted by George Floyd, the criminal. But of course, somebody just died a little while ago. Somebody just posted something about a white guy. He wasn't even white. He was like Latino mixed or some shit like that. And you could see on the innocent his face, he was innocent. But I don't believe everything the media shows me, though. Okay, you be an idiot to believe everything you read and shit. That's a dumb motherfucker right there. You a dumb motherfucker. And I keep telling people, I say, you know what? You can kiss my ass with that, okay? Because there's more white people on motherfucking welfare than fucking black people, right? And then somebody was like, you hate black people so much because you ain't getting no pussy from black people. Why you talking about black people, motherfucker? Stop talking about black people. Go get some pussy. Okay? Stop talking. You know human nature, so why talk about it? Dude, you know, life is perpetual. We supposed to be talking about things randomly on, okay? But I love you all, but I hate the many of you. I'm about to get the hell out of here, guys. I love you, and I hate the many of you. That's most of you, okay? So don't try to fuck with me, okay? Leave me the fuck alone, okay? Peace.